one thing that came out from you guys when you were doing your defensive player breakdown here in one of your most recent videos on Bootleg Football, where you and Brett kind of had this discussion about a wide receiver pulling his hamstring the 20 minutes before, the session is going to start, something that Caleb and USC had been practicing for and his team had been game planning for a month, maybe longer. And now all of a sudden there's an audible called right before, and he took it right in stride. And you guys reported that. And I didn't really hear that from anyone else. And I think that kind of got lost in the shuffle from the hype that was that day. So maybe talk a little bit about that for those that don't know the story and how Caleb kind of took that in stride, because when I heard the story, I was very encouraged by what I heard.
Sure. It didn't come out, and it didn't come out on purpose. It would have been very easy to stand in front of the assembled throng of reporters, including Nick and Adam from your team that were there, and everybody else. Biggs was there, and Sam Farmer was there because he's in LA, and what those scrums are like. He very easily could have said, well, we had a hiccup and I had to adjust and whatever. He didn't say a single thing about it. The reason that we found out about it was reported later, but Brett also ended up getting an invitation to go out with the guys that he's training with, the team that's training Caleb. Most draft eligible players will go to a training facility. Quarterbacks have specific ones, but just about every player of all positions will go to Exos or Athletes First or wherever and train to get ready for both the combine and then for the draft. And so his trainers were staying not far away from where Brett lives. And they said, hey, we got your message today. You want to come out and, have a drink, have some dinner. And so they ended up talking for like 2.5 hours. And that's when Brett found out and sent that to me and posted the tweet that most people saw. So it does happen. These things are highly scripted. They are at every pro day. This is not a Caleb specific thing. Bo Nix's was the same the week before at Oregon. And I am absolutely sure Penix's is going to be the same at Washington on Thursday. Like, this is what it's for. We've all seen these on NFL Network. It's 75 to 100 throws, short to warm up, get timing going, medium to long, work with different receivers who are also eligible. It's a chance to showcase them as well. But it really is about the quarterback. Like, everything kind of stops and it's all about the quarterback. And because everybody's watching and it's a sort of high glare moment, they script it and they practice it. This receiver runs this route. This receiver is going to run this route. And they go through. It's like a play or a TV show or anything else. There's a script and they follow it. Well, guy pulled up during the 40. He pulled his hamstring like right at the end. Wasn't terrible. He'll probably be fine, but like, he's a no-go for the rest of the day. And he had 1 out of every 5 or 6 catches in that rotation. So you start off with this number and now, okay, are we going to give those catches to other guys who haven't been practicing those routes, or, what are we going to do? And all that adjustment has to happen right now. You're done running the 40 and throwing session is pretty quickly after that. And the thing that was encouraging, hopefully to you and to me as well, was the way he handled that, which is like, hey man, that's cool. Not, oh hell, why does this have to happen to me now? Right. Like, he was like, nope, I'm good. I got it. This is what we're going to do. And he said to them, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to move these throws. These guys are going to take these up. We're going to shorten it by a few throws. We're good to go. Like, don't worry about it. And everybody was like, oh, okay, if you're not worried about it, we're not worried about it. It's your day. And they just ran it. And again, from the outside, you wouldn't have known. It was a little slower than a few other throwing sessions, and there were more breaks. I would say a few less throws overall. Again, we found out later because they trimmed them, but that was the only sort of outward inkling that anything had changed. Was they would throw 3 or 4 routes, stop for water, kind of huddle up, go back, throw 3 or 4 routes. Other guys like to get into a lather. Bo Nix, they probably had him doing 15, 20 throws at a pop, really to keep him going and get him moving. But that's, again, his choice. He wants to showcase that he could do that. So it was pretty cool that it's not cool that the guy pulled his hamstring, but it's really cool that, in reaction to that, in what is a very pressure-filled moment, Caleb couldn't have been smoother or more relaxed about it. So that was cool.
We all silly like the mayor.